Radio. This is Absolute Radio, and it's the station. All aboard for the next train.
I'm trying to sound professional because in the process of getting ready for the next bit, I've just dropped a phone, moved everything out of the way and looked a little bit like Frank Spencer.
It was the most chaotic 4 seconds I've ever witnessed in my life.
I don't like stuff around me. You know, when you have stuff around you, I find my brain can't cope with too much stuff around me. If I go to the supermarket, I feel sick because there's just too much information. All right, it's not a great catchphrase to start the show. So, I'm Lee Mack and I feel sick in supermarkets. Razor lights.
The phone's off the hook, Lee.
I've left the phone off the hook. That's a good thing because then the phone won't ring, will it? Is that good or bad? We leave the phone on the hook. OK. Good morning, Gareth. Good morning, Emily. How are we?
Hi,
good,
Lee.
yeah.
It's been a hell of a week, hasn't it? Last week when I was on, there was the general mood of the nation was one of utter depression. I'd like to point out this wasn't connected with the fact that I was on. This was me reflecting the situation because, of course, England were looking like they might not qualify. But now, how things have changed now.
Oh, yeah.
We've effectively won the World Cup, haven't we? I think that would...
Yes, which worries me if that does happen, because then we'll have to say Sir John Terry, which I personally have a bit of a problem with.
Do you think that... What level would they have to get to? What stage would they get the Knighthoods come out?
I don't know.
They'd have to win,
We'd have to win, surely.
Sir John Terry.
I liked his save, though. He was like Man from Atlantis when he dived in front of the goal.
He literally tried to put his face in front of the ball, didn't he? It's a great shot, isn't it? The photograph of his face. Just go on then, get past my face.
Do you understand this, Gareth?
I did, but didn't he just fall over? Did he definitely do that on purpose? Because I do that quite a lot, just walking down the road.
Yeah, but Gareth, to be fair, he sort of fell and then lunged forward. If you fall like that, you're going to look like a lunatic. Falling straight down is fine, but falling and on the way down thinking, I'll put a bit of thrust into this. And I'll be a couple of metres more forward on when people are laughing at me.
Gareth, like, you don't really, you sort of understand it?
Yeah, no, I'm not interested. I'm not that interested. So I hear things, but I don't take them all in.
Oh, OK.
I don't think football's very...
If I'd have come in this morning and gone, isn't it great that we've won the World Cup? Would you have believed that? Would you have gone, oh, we won it, did we? Is it that level of...
No, I do know that's not true. I don't know if that would be a great thing.
Because my wife, you see, she's getting more... Over the years, she's got more and more interested in football. But it was better early on because I could
This is the build-up to a very northern story. My wife, you see, when she watches the football...
That's how you think I speak, do you? Like I've just been in a car crash. Let's make it more northern. The wife. I used to be able to get away with a lot more when I was watching football because she would come in to the living room and say, "Oh, do we have to watch football?" I go, "We have to watch football because it's the World Cup final."
Yeah.
And she'd say, "Hartlepool are in the World Cup final," and I'd say, "I know, it's incredible. I can't miss this, can I?"
So proud of them.
But now she understands it. She understands that clubs don't get into the World Cup. That's in nations, so it's becoming harder.
I had a bit of an incident though, Lee.
Did you?
Yes. Well, after watching the game. I decided to get the tube. Yes, I get the tube occasionally.
I bet you've got your own carriage, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Reserved.
You don't think there is first class on the tube, but there is.
There is now, honey.
You just can't see it.
What do you mean you can't get an upgrade?
Well, this wasn't first class. Because I sat in that tube thing. And the guy opposite me, I have to say I should have been warned. I was tempting fate a bit. He did have a St George's cross wrapped around him and his head was lolling in his lap.
That's not a great sign that things are going to be okay.
So I thought I'll sit opposite him. Then if anything goes wrong, it won't be so bad.
Well, why would you opt to sit opposite him?
I don't know. It was a really stupid decision because then, can you guess what happened? He threw up everywhere, all over my Louboutin shoes. It was awful.
Louboutin shoes?
Yeah.
If you want to summarise the difference in the football fan from 25 years ago to today, it's probably that phrase.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the match until someone threw up all over my Louboutin shoes.
It was awful, and I didn't know what to say.
Of course, he's out there telling the same anecdote.
Yeah.
It was a great match until some idiot in Louboutin shoes stepped into my vomit.
Waving a finger in my face.
I
knew I was in trouble when I looked across and she was wearing her Louboutin shoes and her Gucci handbag, and I thought I'll sit opposite her in case it all kicks off.
I said, I didn't know what to say to him, so I said, disgraceful, because that's all I could think to say.
Did you really?
Yes,
disgraceful.
That is
I just went, disgraceful.
Well, that is cut him down. He won't be doing that again, will he? Did he say anything back to you?
Well, he wasn't capable of speech at that point, but I like to think it was ringing in his ears. Me saying, disgraceful, like Joan Sims.
Because he probably won't remember the incident. But the word will have gotten into his system, won't it? He'll wake up the next morning thinking he's done something disgraceful, but not sure what it is.
It's not the first time that's happened to me with a guy.
So you didn't. So are you going to watch it tomorrow?
Oh yeah, you having a party?
I'm having not a real party, because if I say party, it suggests
But you haven't invited us.
Exactly. But if I say it's a get together of me and just a few mates, then you'll think that's all right. It's just the lads, and that's why I've not been invited. Okay. The reality is, it is a party, and I've not invited you. But thank God I'm not saying this out loud, and I'm just thinking it. Otherwise, that would be embarrassing.
Sounds the best. This is
Absolute Radio.
This next song is dedicated to all of you men called Ken.
Do you know what I like? The production team give you a countdown. They say 5, 4, 3, and then for the last 2 they go quiet because they don't want that beat bleeding into when they turn the mics up. And I worked with somebody once, a director, who used to do that on a TV show, but he didn't quite get the idea of it because he used to count you into the sketch. He used to go 5, 4, 3, action! So, we're here with Emily and Gareth, filling in for Frank Skinner, who's away in South Africa. And
we've had a slightly embarrassing moment because you were saying just now that you were going to have a bit of a World Cup party, weren't you, this weekend?
I made it quite clear, and in an honest way,
yeah.
that, all right, sorry, I haven't invited you.
Yeah.
And then, whilst the song was on, you said...
Well, I'd mentioned that I've got a birthday party coming up, and I invited you. So do you feel bad now?
I do feel a bit bad because it's the etiquette I should have... But now I can't invite you, obviously, because that would be patronising.
What do you think, Gareth?
I don't...
Is Gareth invited to the birthday?
Gareth's supposed to have died.
Gareth's wondering why he's not invited to either party. You were sitting there going, how could you not invite me and I invited you? And Gareth went, what about me? He went, no, you're not invited.
He's going to have to step it up a bit if he wants that invitation.
So you're having your party in London, I assume?
I am.
You're not going to go out into the provinces?
No, I'm not going to be doing the provinces. It's in a members club. I'm not going to say which one it is because I don't want fans turning up.
The Cubs. Is it the Cubs?
Is it going to be... When you say members club, what kind of, can I get in if I'm not a member?
Well, if I choose to invite you, you can, yeah.
So how many guests can you bring as a member?
Well, you won't be bringing any guests. You can bring Tara, your wife, and that's it.
The wife,
the wife. But
Children
listen,
aren't allowed.
Well, no, of course they're not. They're not allowed to the party either. So, Lee, I've got a slight stress, though, about this. Because, with music, I do feel people judge you by what music you listen to, and so they should. But I had a nightmare the other night, because I'm having hassles getting the right DJ. And I had a nightmare that the DJ was playing Simply Red, Something Got Me Started, over and over again, and he wouldn't turn it off.
Have you got a problem with Simply Red?
Yes, I don't like them.
Why?
I don't know. It just sums up everything I don't like. Why? Do you like them?
Well,
Ginger people.
I have less strong opinions than most people about Mick Hucknall, but I was listening to... we actually had the window of our living room open, and he was singing live around the corner at Hampton Court Palace, and it was drifting through the window.
Really?
Yeah. I was trying to watch the World Cup to... got me started.
But
so then it was a bit irritating. But
weren't you a DJ once? I heard a rumour.
I was a DJ, yeah. I was a mobile DJ.
What? A mobile? Like one of those, like a boom.
To be honest with you, there's no real... There's no other... I don't know why people differentiate between DJ and mobile DJ, because without the mobility, you're not going to be working much. It's very hard when someone rings up and says, I'm doing a 21st or a bar mitzvah, and you say, I'm more than happy to do, but you're going to have to come to me. I found that the work dries up. So I started adding the word mobile, and they thought, hello, he's doing all right, he's got a car. So you go around, and I was called... This was in the 90s.
Right.
The Close Encounters Roadshow. And
why did you call it that?
Well, because I thought you got
Did you have those big lights?
I did.
At the front, so it was like people having an alien encounter.
Not only that, I used to start the show.
Really?
I used to start the show. We'd go to black. I did. The beginning of the night.
My God.
Picture the scene. You're at your 21st birthday. Suddenly everything goes dark. There's 5 bulbs at the front of the disco, and they go.
Oh, I feel sick. It's so embarrassing.
And then, hang on.
Absolutely sick.
Then it goes.
Oh, it's awful.
And then, it gets faster and faster. And then the intro to Richard Burton on Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds would kick in. You know, that bit where he...
What, and then you come on all grooving and
then right at the end, big pyrotechnic explosion. Let me see you on the dance floor. Something got me started. You'd have loved me.
Wow, that got them started.
No, I was.
my God.
And I've got a photograph of me because I thought I want to expand my business. I'll get on the cruises, right? Because if you get on the cruises, that's where the money is for mobile DJ. Because of course you don't need to be mobile then.
No.
I'm laughing.
And you
I'm
can take
joking.
your
That's
wife.
the one time when you are mobile, but they come to you, famously. Because you can't start nipping over to places in your boat. And I've got a photograph of me, a publicity shot, and bear in mind, this is not ironic,
Okay.
of me fanning loads of records with a big pair of headphones on, and either side of me, 4 girls in bikinis fanning records as well. Lee Mack's Clemson County Roadshow.
This is Absolute Radio. That's right, just put it up there.
Temper trap, sweet disposition. Hey, talking of sweet disposition.
Thank you very
Gareth's
much.
here. So, Gareth.
Hello.
We were talking before about DJing, mobile
Yes.
DJs, and
Yeah,
cheesy
news.
days of the past. And
my fear of
closing-
Simply Red.
your fear of Simply Red. Are you worried that if you play Simply Red,
Yeah.
that people will not dance? Is that your fear?
Yeah, I'm very worried. And I'm very worried now that you're coming and Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Let's
Kate.
be very clear about what's happened here. You say I'm coming. You've invited me.
Oh!
There's still the jury's out still, isn't it?
You look so excited to be invited.
What, a private members club with Simply Red? Why wouldn't I want to come? Is there, because we are actually we were talking before about floor clearers, floor clearers.
The floor cleaners conversation
Floor
was another
cleaners.
one.
We decided that a good text would be to text in on 81215 with
Yeah.
your favourite floor clearer.
Yeah.
And I misunderstood the item and thought you'd said floor cleaner. And I thought, well, it's not a great idea, but OK. Mine's pine-scented bleach with a drop of Dettol. Gareth, what's your favourite floor cleaner?
I like Sainsbury's Own.
Yes. But then I realised it's floor clearer you were looking for.
Yeah, floor
So
clearer.
songs that if you put that song on, everyone would
guarantee.
desert the dance floor.
And have you got any personal ones that you do Simply Red, I'm guessing? Is that what you're
Yeah, I mean, I just am a bit phobic about anything like ABBA songs because it just makes me think of hen nights and girls drinking Bacardi breezes wearing tiaras. It just makes me feel a bit sick.
saying? So you mean there won't be that at your party?
No, there won't be ABBA.
OK, the jury's still out then. I quite like a sort of hen night.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you do.
I'll tell you what, this isn't just a link, but talking of floor clearers, right? This is what I found. When I was a mobile DJ, I decided I was going to get with the modern generation of equipment.
Yeah.
I decided to get a bubble machine. This was 20 years ago. And it was
Sounds
It
monstrous.
was going to squirt bubbles all out over the floor, and people were going to go, wow. Imagine that with do-do-do-do-do.
Foam party.
Exactly, but the problem is the stuff you use for the bubble machines is really expensive. And I
Right.
thought, is it really that different from washing up liquid? So I put loads of washing up liquid in it, right, and blasted the floor. And then spent the whole night watching these waitresses walk across the floor with loads of trays and absolutely slipping everywhere, smashing glasses, and everyone was just crashing to the floor. And of course,
it's dreadful.
which ironically was the best floor clearer and cleaner. So it all links in together in the end, doesn't it?
What don't you like, Gareth?
Well, last week we played Love Will Tear Us Apart by
Yeah.
Joy Division, and I thought that song is never appropriate.
It's not really.
For
It's it's definitely not the first one at a wedding, is it?
No.
No.
Hope-
Yeah.
No.
Well,
And-
why would anyone think that could get anyone up dancing anywhere?
No, exactly. No, they would clear
Mac the
flo-
Knife I don't like either.
Well, I don't like that song anyway.
No, well, it's really depressing, isn't it?
Well, it's because if I've ever been on any sort of show or interview or anything, it's always the intro.
Oh my God, I've only just got that.
Yeah, well, you're sharp as a button, aren't you? Yeah, no, or Return of the Mac.
Oh, do you
Yeah,
get
anything
that?
with the
Does
word
that
Mac
get
in the
played?
title.
McDonald's.
Yeah, the McDonald's advert, anything with the word Mac in.
Oh.
Advertisements for Ray Max.
loving it.
Anything like that at all. So, yes, so text us in on 81215. We're talking about floor clearers, and we're particularly worried for Emily's party because at the moment it's not sounding like a good one.
Absolute Radio.
You're listening to Absolute Radio, and whoever that man is, please return my wallet.
We're joined as ever by Emily and Gareth. We're filling in this morning for Frank Skinner, who's away in South Africa, and let's hope he stays out there for a while. Now, what I mean by that, obviously, what I mean is if he's staying out, it means we're in still, doesn't it? Is that not how it
Oh,
works?
yeah, I see what you mean.
No,
okay.
I'm guessing, had we been knocked
Yeah.
out, I wouldn't be sat here now.
No, I think
Yeah.
they're going to stay till the bitter end.
Whatever. Why does it have to be a bitter end, Gareth? Can we just have a bit more positivity from you? You're like a cloud of doom, aren't you? And
So we've had some texts.
that's it.
About
More
floor
upbeat radio
clearers.
voice. I'm liking it already.
Yeah.
Everybody Hurts by R.E.M.
Yeah, that's a floor clearer. We're talking about floor clearers this morning.
Yeah, but
That
you wouldn't
was,
play that. Would you actually play that?
No, but that's the
It
whole...
depends on the occasion.
So what, it's got to be a song that really is good for dancing, but would clear the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
slow songs don't count as floor clearers because intrinsically they are in what they are a floor clearer because you're not always in a couple, are you?
Exactly.
There's one thing you can't do is do a slow song dance on your own because you look like a lunatic. I have seen it done. Have you ever seen it done?
Yeah, unless you do that thing when you're pretending to kiss yourself, and you put the hands round your back.
Yeah.
Oh, I love doing it. I'm good at that. It's one of my
You're
skills.
Yeah, then you're going for light-hearted comedy angle. I don't mind that.
No,
But
I'm
have you
doing
ever
it quite
seen
seriously, so people think I've got a boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
But you have to. That only works if you're up against a wall.
Yeah.
Not in the middle of a dance floor. Because half the people think that she's got a boyfriend, the other half think she's a lunatic because they're looking at the front of your body and they can see your face.
I make it work.
I don't mean they can see your face, they think you're a lunatic. I mean they can see what you're doing to yourself.
Yeah, I know what
It
you're
also
saying.
only works if there's other people around to see you doing it.
Yeah,
if you do it
that's
by
true.
yourself, then
But I
it's
have seen
just very
people
sad.
doing it just on their own, as if I don't know what they're expecting. Are they expecting someone to go, "Could I have the pleasure, madam?" Or are they forgetful and they don't know there's no one else there?
Do you mind if I cut in if someone's snogging?
So are we getting
work.
more emails?
Yeah,
for
a
our-
couple more texts on 81215. What have we got, Gareth?
Floor clearer, Sit Down by James. P.S. Can I come to the party, Matt and Guildford?
Which party?
Oh.
My
Your
World Cup
your
party.
yeah.
How do you know
Can
it's my
come?
party, not Emily's party?
I think it's
Oh,
it's
it
not.
could
I think
be.
it. Oh, Matt, can you tell us which one it is?
No,
I think
we
it's
don't
my
need
party.
we don't need Matt to tell us which one. No, you can't come, Matt, to any of them.
Oh,
Can
As
he?
far as I'm concerned, he's more than welcome
Yeah.
at Emily's party.
Right, what's the address then?
So let's text
Time
Matt
and
and
address,
Guildford all of Emily's
location.
details. And
Don't act like I'm the baddie. You
I
don't
think
want these people.
she's laughing now, but I think I can't help thinking Emily might be
Sorry.
glad on the night that
Listen.
Matt's bringing his friends.
I will. I'll need you, Matt.
You won't have to put your arms around your back.
Exactly.
Do we have any more? Do we have any more emails?
Lee, you should. This is from Andy.
I never like a
Hoddesdon.
sentence that starts, Lee, you should, ...
I know.
Andy in Hoddesdon. Lee, you should.
Where? Hoddesdon?
Hoddesdon.
Oh.
Hoddesdon.
Okay.
Lee, you should low Simply Red. Mick Hucknall's voice sounds like a dog being sick into a bag of apricots. That is a floor clearer.
Oh.
That is quite a simile.
I think
That's
he gets
quite
that.
harsh.
I think that's harsh. I think it's why apricots?
Exactly.
Why can't he just have a dog being sick?
because they're orange.
What is there ever been a situation in the history of mankind where a dog has been sick and someone's gone, he sounds a bit odd, that dog? What's up with him? Oh, he's been sick in apricots. Oh, I see. Okay.
This is your Absolute Radio.
Now, Gareth, your little one, right? I'm talking about your child, obviously. Gareth, your little one. He's hanging out again. Gareth, your little one has just turned 1, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And we talked about that last week.
Yeah, we're not sleeping very much at the moment.
Me and you.
Oh.
No, yeah. It's been awkward.
We're up all night,
A
aren't
lot
we?
of tension.
And why aren't you sleeping?
Well, he gets up so early. He's just getting up so early at the moment. Like 5 o'clock, he'll wake up, something like that, and Laura has to feed him. But then he's wide awake, and
When you say Laura has to feed him, you mean because of the breastfeeding?
Because
thing?
of the
Or because
natural-
not because
Yes.
you're just. I'm not getting
I
up.
won't touch it.
I won't go near it. Yeah. So she's having to get up.
He's your one.
Yeah. So basically, not really a problem for you.
No, but
When you
he's,
say
no, but
having
he's-
to get up, though, what do you?
Yeah,
I mean,
but he comes, and then after he's fed, he's in our bed, and he's
so how does
Sorry,
it get
can I
to
just
your bed?
stop?
Yeah.
What do you mean, Emily, when you say sorry? What do you mean you have to get up, as opposed to what?
Well, what I don't understand is you're choosing to get up. I mean, I'm sorry, but if
no,
he's-
Who's choosing to get up?
the
Oh,
parents are.
Are you saying that the baby's crying and that you're saying you have to get up
No, I'm just saying check it's okay and nothing's wrong with it, and then go back to bed.
without feeding it,
Yeah.
Gareth?
Well, I have to wait till meal times.
After feeding, he comes in our bed, and then what he does is he basically stands, because he can't. He can stand by himself a little bit, but he stands holding the headboard and then just walks up and down on our heads
Oh, that's sweet, though.
and
isn't it?
bounce up and down. It's not sweet
I
at
can't like
5:30
ours are
in the
exactly
morning.
the same. And as you know, my eldest is 14 now, and he sleeps in his toenail boots. Is it toenail boots or hobnail?
Hobnail boots.
You don't not toenail boots.
I like
No.
Steel toe cap. You could have
Steel toe cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Hobnail,
Well, our
steel
kids
toe cap.
come into our bed. You see, the thing is,
Oh.
yeah, it's fine. You know, the bottom line to it is that they're like a hot water bottle.
Yeah, but I think when
They leak.
when
Yeah.
these parents complain and go, oh, I've had no sleep, I just think, well, I'm sorry, but you elected to let the thing come in your bed. It came into your bed. You allowed
That's how
it
the
to
baby
do
happened
that.
in the first place.
Exactly.
If you've got any opinions about what Emily's saying, it's 8, 12, 15. You're not electing for them to come in your bed. They sometimes come in. Famously, small children can walk. They sometimes get out and get in your bed, and you might not know until the
Yeah, but
morning.
they've got to learn to be independent. I saw a documentary on Kerry
When you say
Katona. Her
independent-
kids got all their own breakfast. They know, they
Yeah,
look after
they've
themselves,
had
dress
experience.
themselves. Yeah.
Predominantly an Iceland diet. It's
Just pop it in the oven. So easy.
Yeah,
so
Mum's gone
easy.
to Iceland. She can't. She's not there to help out. But
I think Em should have her own parenting show.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah,
absolutely.
auntie.
I don't see why.
auntie.
I don't see why you think that it's a choice though to feed them in the night. They're not. I mean, they're not snacking.
I'm not
They're not
saying
going.
that. I'm just saying.
I want a biscuit.
There is a school of thought that says you should leave a
Yeah.
baby to cry, and they're being manipulative by crying.
That's what I think. They need
There
to
is
toughen
there's
up a
basically
bit.
two schools of thought, isn't there? Some people think you should leave children on their own and just let them get on with it. And other people think if they're crying,
social
bring them
services
straight,
Yeah.
straight to the metaphorical or literal bosom.
Yeah.
Right? I'm the latter, don't you think? You don't see that.
I
in the-
say carve out your own way in life. Start early. Make your own
They
breakfast.
need to learn to
Really?
support
Get your
them.
own tea. Yeah, exactly.
No one's coming to help.
Yeah, I'm looking
Single
forward to you.
swim.
Oh,
being-
can I just say, there's some people texting in support of me, but we'll go to that.
Oh wait, well let's hear from the lunatics in a moment.
Do your be go go.
The boss.
Lee was dancing around to that. It was getting a bit rude.
I was getting quite into that. I don't like the fact that people call him the boss. The
No.
boss, not my boss.
No,
Can't tell me what to do.
Frank Skinner's my boss.
Well, Frank Skinner's everybody's boss. Yeah. Do you know what you are?
What?
You're the supervisor.
Oh, I
That's the way
like
I
being
look
a
at it.
supervisor.
Yeah.
I'm the working.
And like every supervisor in the world, the nation is starting to hate you because you've said
Yes.
on air that you think a child should be left alone if crying and you shouldn't start
Yeah.
mollycoddling them.
Well, we
Toughen up
split
a
the
bit.
nation. Split the nation.
Well, yeah, you split the nation between the 99% of people that now hate you and the 1% that aren't really
Not
interested in
true.
what you have to say.
No. Emily clearly has no kids. It's never as easy as
How
that.
could you
Mike
tell?
in Surrey. No,
You clearly have no kids. That's Mike from Surrey. That's the voice
Yeah.
of the nation. Let me
I'd
tell you.
agree that I clearly have no kids.
Yes.
Look how awesome I
You're
look today.
so hands off with the kids that maybe you have and you've forgotten. Maybe they're going,
Yeah.
Mum, I haven't eaten for 4 days, and you're going, look after yourself. And how did you learn to speak at 3 days old?
Well, exactly.
They haven't given their name, these people, but they're totally with you, Emily. If you wanted to sleep, you shouldn't have had kids. Ha ha.
That's my boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Who else?
Robin collecting eggs in sunny Devon, so working in an IVF clinic.
He's
Hello,
doing what
Yeah.
in sunny Devon?
collecting eggs.
Collecting eggs.
What do you mean collecting eggs? That's a bit vague, isn't it? Is this a bit of fun? Is this something illegal to do with eagles? I mean, what?
Well, that's
Well, I
what
think-
happens.
yeah.
That's how you spend your Saturdays when you have kids,
You
apparently.
can't collecting eggs suggests that you're going into birds' nests, which
Yeah, well, they don't come to you. They haven't got feet. You
The
have to
eggs.
go and get them, the eggs.
especially if you're
You have to
Emily's
collect
eggs.
them.
Emily's eggs are left on their own.
Let's
You
not
wouldn't even
talk about
sit on an egg,
Emily's
would you, if
eggs.
you were a chicken? No. You'd just go and sit near the radiator.
they were-
Get yourself a light bulb.
If they were Fabergé eggs, I would. Someone else has agreed with me. Can we read out the one?
I'm
person?
with Emily on parenting issue. If baby is fine, then why should you make your life hell by having it jump over your face?
Quite.
That's resulting in lack of sleep.
That's from Emily David
I don't
in
think people
Nottingham.
have sussed out the idea that if you
David
don't
in
let them walk
Nottingham.
on your face, that you have to go to the bedroom, so there is still lack of sleep.
I should just.
Not if you put music on to drown it out, you don't.
Oh, the music's not to comfort them, it's to drown it out.
Well, a bit of both.
Oh, brilliant. We've got Greg Davies coming up after 9 o'clock. Greg
Yeah.
Davies from the Inbetweeners.
I like him.
And we are Klang.
He's a very funny man. He's massive, by the way.
He's big.
Is
He's big.
he?
I don't mean, well, I was going to say I don't mean in the world of comedy. He is massive in the
Yeah.
world of comedy. But he's also a big man. He's the tallest person in the world. All right.
Is he taller than Stephen Merchant? He's the tallest person I know.
He's actually very similar in height to Stephen Merchant, yeah. And he's big as well, Gareth. Not Gareth.
Gara.
Gareth's
Not
not
Gareth.
big.
Not
Greg's a big man, so he's not just tall, he's wide. He's disproportionate.
He's just walked in.
walked
Oh, my God.
He's walked in past the window.
He got his tummy out.
Well, you don't know, because you can't...
He's got his tummy out.
He's walked in and he's
Yeah,
got
no,
his
he
stomach
does
out. And that's,
that.
do you see what I mean? He's as wide as he is tall. He's disproportionate. It's a bit like we are now in Lilliput.
Don't call him disproportionate. He's massive.
It's how he likes to be brought
He'll
on.
kill you.
He likes to be brought on as the disproportionate Greg Davies. And he's a huge man in presence, in stature, and the way he holds you.
He's right behind you.
Oh, hi, Greg. He's so yes, we've got Greg coming up after 9 o'clock. Please keep your texts coming in on 8, 12, 15. We're talking about Emily's attitudes towards parenting, which is basically suspect to say the least.
This is Absolute Radio, and it's a station All aboard for the next train.
We've got Gareth and Emily here on Absolute Radio, and we're here filling in for Frank. Well, I say we. You're always here.
Yeah, we're permanent fixtures.
You're part of the furniture.
We're like gargoyles on the
Yes.
building.
I feel like I'm babysitting, and a very neglectful parent has gone to South Africa. I say very neglectful. You, of course, wouldn't have a problem with that,
No.
Emily, because your attitudes to parenting are somewhat slacker than what most people would regard as legal.
Giving you a little insight into my own upbringing here.
Yes. Oh, were you left alone a lot? Is that the problem? Were you?
Yeah.
Are you an only child?
No.
Oh, you come across as one. And, which is a good thing.
That means I'm a high achiever.
Is that what it
Only
means?
children are high achievers, yeah. Thanks for the compliment. Inadvertent though it was.
We've had further texts on 8, 12, 15. I'm with Emily on parenting issue. If baby is fine, then why should you make your life hell by having it jump over your face? Have we had that one?
I think we
Unless
have.
it's the same person who feels really passionate about that.
Yeah, I think
So I'm going to keep saying this until
Yeah.
the law
We've
changes.
had Robin in sunny Devon. He said, hello, yes, it's a free-range poultry farm. He was the one collecting eggs. They lay 10,000 eggs a day.
Oh,
So that's
I thought they meant individually, each chicken.
one chicken
That's
lays
brutal.
That's
I do like a free-range egg, though, don't you? I'd love to have chickens.
I can't tell the difference. Can you tell the difference
Between a chicken and a what?
Between free range and
Oh, of course you can taste the difference, yeah. When you
Okay.
crack open a battery egg, they scream. You break it into the pan, they literally go... like that. And
I
yet
don't
when-
like it when there's a little feather on them.
Oh, I like the little feather.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because it suggests. I think that what they do in the free range factory, not factories,
Yeah,
the free
stick
range
a feather
farm,
on.
they're pulling them off a budgie, licking them, sticking them on.
yeah, that's
Putting them in the
they
thing.
do.
Or a feather boa. Maybe they're wearing that as they do them.
That's what they do. We've had another text. Emily, please read a book called Why Love Matters.
Nope,
by,
too busy.
Sue Gerhardt.
Sorry.
Before
Too
you
busy.
have children.
No time.
Surely you've got time before you have children. Ignoring young children's needs, prioritising your own over theirs negatively affects their brain development.
Sorry.
This type
Can I
of
just say to this lady who's texted in, I completely agree with you, but keep it light, love. It's a light-hearted feature.
There's more,
we're just
There's
killing
more,
a bit of time between records. We don't want to, we don't want to kick off here. I'm completely on your side, but lighten up, princess.
The type of parenting you are advocating is neglectful and damaging. Gareth is being a responsive parent. If only there were more parents like him, we would have less problems in society.
Debatable.
Can we change the subject to your favourite sweet from the 1980s? Because it's all taken a turn, this, isn't it?
That's Sarah, health visitor, midwife, lactation consultant.
Lactation consultant. That's a job, isn't it?
Lactation consultant.
Yeah, lactation.
Didn't you train for that, Lee?
Yeah.
Well, I've been told now.
Oh, lactation consultant.
Yeah.
The most amazing thing about lactation, and you don't realise this until you're a parent, is that it doesn't come out as one.
No, I don't think this is suitable
It comes
for
out like the garden sprayer.
Stop
It does. It
talking
comes out and
about
it completely.
Stop it. It
There's
makes
lots
me
of
ill.
tiny
Stop
little-
it.
It's lots of tiny ones.
I don't want to know.
The only way to describe it is if you were to hold on to the end of the hose.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
And then
Stop
prick
it.
it loads of times with a pin.
Oh my God, stop
Don't call them the hose,
Why
Lee.
fear the breast, Emily? What do you fear about the breast? You're scared of children, you're scared of breasts.
This is Absolute Radio. That's right, just put it up there.
Absolute Radio.
Greg has just walked into the room. Greg Davies of the Inbetweeners.
Yes.
And We Are Klang.
Yes, I
has
am.
walked into
I
the
am
room.
that Greg Davies.
And I'm guessing with every interview you do, it starts off with, "You're big, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, we're going to do that.
It's
because
rubbish
you're
radio,
massive.
though. It's rubbish radio.
No,
isn't
we've
it?
got the camera, you see, so we can see how big you are.
Yeah.
The stalker camera.
You can
is
go
it?
on absoluteradio.co.uk to see the freakish
something like that.
gait
No, that's
of
right.
Greg, because Greg is so big. It's
I
not,
have got a freakish
you
gait
had
as well.
to, you had to duck when you came into the door, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You're properly big.
I'm actually British standard door height. You might be interested to learn.
Oh, you really?
Yes,
Oh, I
am.
love
Exactly,
facts
British
like
standard.
that.
That
Yes, I
must be annoying because that
Perfect.
must mean you can just about get under.
Yeah, you've got to time it. That's all. You've got to time it.
Depending on the time
there's-
it.
You've got to time an entrance to a door because there's some natural.
Is there an up and down movement?
There's a
Oh.
raising of when one walks, isn't there?
To get that,
suppose
to
there is,
get
there's-
that forward foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Or you could just not wear shoes, because that will take that little... It's that thing, my mate wanted to be in the police, he wasn't tall enough, he went back in the morning and he was tall enough, because you're taller in the morning than you are in the evening, did you know that? That's true, you are, because you're
What
big.
he?
I don't believe that.
You are, you're taller in the morning than
By
you are in the
what?
evening.
yeah,
By
but-
what, Lee? 2 millimetres.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
by
10
believe it or not, this is a fact.
centimetres.
You are actually a difference of a foot between. That is true. Greg has just walked in at 6'8". I guarantee he'll walk out this interview 5'6". Well, That's how he'll feel.
That's not.
When you finished with him.
So yes, Greg Davies from the wonderful sketch group We Are Klang.
Yes.
You are your favourites in our house. We love you in our house. You've reached the stage in our house where we do your catchphrases.
Really?
We say Pajonathan.
Is this you
Me
and-
and my wife call each other Pajonathan.
Oh, I was going to say you and the kids.
No. Me and my fully equipped,
Adult-
mentally
adult wife.
equipped wife.
Right.
Quote. We call each other Pajonathan because you know your Pajonathan thing.
Yes.
This won't make any sense to anyone listening. They don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But part of your thing, and so now we call each other Pajonathan when we're having sex.
Do you?
No, we don't. I've took it too far.
Oh
but we
my
certainly.
God,
we cer-
Lee! Greg doesn't want to know that.
I do.
Of course he wants to
I
know.
do, actually.
Okay.
He
That's
wants to
literally
know.
the only reason I came here.
It's the millions of people listening that don't want to know it. And you're doing your.
It's funny though, isn't it? When something like that comes up, you do instantly get a very powerful image of what's been described to you, and I am now imagining you doing that.
Oh, Greg.
It's all right. No, it's all
Paint
right.
us a picture. Greg.
No, I've just done it as well.
Already,
Now that you said
he's thinking
that,
of me
I
as a
am.
gimp and my wife with a dragging leg and hunchback, aren't you? You pictured the whole thing.
It's a good game you can play with people, actually. It's called
Anyway.
Image Plant. If you just say anything grotesque, it'll pop into someone's head.
Right, well, let's do that
So
when
that's
the
the
record's
text
on,
in.
yeah?
That's the text
Yeah,
in.
text in an image that you
Something
think is
grotesque.
hideous. So, Greg, you've got your first Edinburgh solo show.
Yeah,
haven't
I
you?
have.
First solo stand-up show.
Why am I going, Lee?
Well, it's because you obviously want to have a breakdown and lose a fortune.
That's it.
That's how it works.
it. I was feeling far too stable and wealthy.
Yeah. You looked at your career with We Are Klang and the Inbetweeners thinking, this is going too well, how can I mess this up? I know. I'll do a solo show. I don't need those other losers.
Right.
Yeah, I'll see what I'm like. You've said to the others, if this
Yeah.
goes well, I won't be needing you.
Yeah.
And then, after Edinburgh, tail between your legs, you're going to have to go knock
back
on
to
the
them.
door.
Yeah.
Lads, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I come back?
It's interesting, isn't it? Because you're joking, but that's, pretty much
That's how it's
that's
been.
pretty much what might happen.
Yeah, that's how,
Yeah.
that's how it's been billed, is it? We've got loads of questions to ask you.
Have you?
Well, not loads.
Oh, yeah, we've got
about
quite a
three.
few.
Yeah.
Four.
We've got about 4, and 3 of them are about your height.
Right.
Right, so we've exhausted that. But if you, I'll tell you what, we'll have a little ad break, and then we'll ask Greg about his Jolly Green Giant advertising days.
Absolute. You're listening to Absolute Radio, and whoever that man is, please return my wallet.
It's Lee Mack here on Absolute Radio. You can text us on 81215. We've asked you to text in and comment on what you think of Emily's parenting skills. Not that she's got children. And we've had a text, an interesting one, that says...
It says Margaret Thatcher on a cold day.
Oh.
That's how she's been described.
Yeah, very
Oh,
happy
no,
with
no.
that description.
I think that's a good image,
Yeah.
Or is
Good
that,
old Maggie
or
with
is
a
that people
woolly hat
when
and
we
scarf
ask?
on.
Is that when we ask people to text in dreadful images to picture? I think I can't decide.
We're also joined by Greg Davies of
Yes,
from
yes, you
Inbetweeners fame. And have you been watching the World Cup, Greg? Are you into it?
Do you know what? This is really tragic. I'm only into the internationals, but because I know nothing about football, I've got a series of friends who write out things for me to shout in pubs, so I feel like one of the gang. I'm not joking.
On little cue cards?
Yeah.
What kind of things? Come on, the boys.
Stuff like that, yeah. Of course. Great bit of bloke, innit?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Great bit of blow.
Is it
I've been
things
doing
like,
it for years. My favourite one was what was in '96? That was a big one, wasn't it?
That was Euro 96.
That was Euro 96. The clue
Yeah.
sometimes in the name of the year.
I shouted in a pub really loudly. I shouted, "Paul Ince is doing well despite his Italian form," and and a load of blokes turned around and went, "Yeah." And I went, "Yes, at
Come on,
last."
that's
I'm like
fantastic.
a normal man.
Yeah. So sometimes, like, carry them around with you for other occasions.
There's all sorts of things I
Like
do
if you're on a
privately.
date, if you go, "How's the food?" Will you go, "Well, it's not bad considering Paul Ince's Italian form." I go, "Oh no, sorry, wrong cue cards."
I haven't tried it in different
Yeah.
contexts, but I will.
Yeah. Always keep it
Yeah.
in the context of the football.
Yeah.
And of course you are playing.
Really tall.
You're very tall. You're
Yeah.
phenomenally tall. You're called
I am-
Peter Crouch
I am
Titch.
big.
And Greg's in the Inbetweeners,
Yeah.
which Gareth and I love.
You've
We
loved
like
it. You've
that.
loved the
Yeah,
Inbetweeners.
love it. And Greg's fabulous in it. And my friend Ian writes it. He's good, isn't he?
Ian Morris.
Yes.
Yeah, he's all right.
Have you got a problem with him, Morris? Is there a bit of
No,
tension?
he's just a strange bloke.
Oh, he's
In what-
lovely.
He told me he got off with one of the gladiators once.
He didn't. Which gladiator?
He wouldn't tell me.
Hunter?
Oh, I bet it was Wolf.
think
Yeah, he looks like a wolf man, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. I can imagine him getting off with a wolf.
Yeah.
And do you, because you play the teacher, don't you? Is there a moment in your life where you go, I'm being asked to play the teacher, not the kids, and you realise you're getting old?
Well, no, because I used to be a teacher, Lee. So,
You did used to be a teacher.
Yeah.
What did you teach?
I mean, nominally, I taught drama.
Did you really? Were you
Yeah.
a drama teacher?
I was.
So
yeah.
weren't you very academic
Well,
at school?
I was in the room with them.
Do you have to be qualified to teach drama? Or do you just have to be a bit...
Do you know, I
Left
didn't even
wing.
get a teaching degree. I just applied to a school that was so bad But they just went, yeah, you're human. Yeah. Here's your classroom, yeah.
And have you got, is the stories of the sort of the horrible kid that you nurtured and he went into Phantom of the Opera, or is it just generally not like, is it not Billy Elliot?
What, my whole teacher story?
I picture you sort of...
It was 13 years of me crying alone.
Oh, I pictured
crying
you
alone outside the classroom.
Sounds like my kind of
with
teacher.
With your legs spread and a big stick, hitting it on the ground, going, dramas where you have to pay in sweat.
Oh, right.
And then you whack it down on the
Yeah,
floor.
it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny the images you have.
But it wasn't like that at all.
It was desperately... Do you know, I've got to stop going on. I keep going on things and slagging off teaching. I quite enjoyed it, really.
Did
it's
you?
all right.
Is it better than stand-up?
No.
It's a similar job, isn't it?
No, it's not better than stand-up.
I used to be a teacher.
It's not better than selling bacon in the street. For me, personally.
That's a strange job, Greg. I like the sound of it, though. I might start doing that.
We found it very
We know a guy who can get you some eggs as well, so
Yeah.
we can definitely...
Buy your bacon here.
I was a teacher for 4 weeks. I was, honestly. I was a teacher at...
No, you weren't.
I was.
Is this like your mobile DJ fantasy?
No, I was a teacher
Just before you
There is
were
a type of
arrested.
teaching you can do where you need 1 day's training, and it's where you teach English to foreign
illegal
students.
teaching.
And all you need to do is you need to read it out from a book, and it was in Oxford Street, and basically I just stood there and I would read it out, and you'd get these
Was
people...
this at the Scientology building?
Yeah.
It was in a proper... It was £1.50 a lesson, so you can imagine the kind of standard of...
£1.50.
Yeah, but there was about 30 teachers in the class, and my cut was about a tenner. The school get the rest. Everyone's a winner.
Right.
And it was full of people that didn't speak very good English, obviously. So I got away with my lack of knowledge of the English language. But every now and again, you'd get an Austrian student.
Right.
Who'd go, is that the post-pro adjective? You know, one of these fancy terms. I
They
can't
say,
think of one.
what's the word? Did they ask you what the
13
word
years
for
of teaching, I
basement
don't
was?
know what they are.
And then I would go, just say pencil and dog, repeat after me. And they go, but we need to know about verbs and adjectives. And I was going, just say dog, just say dog. And they go, dog, look, I can speak fluent English. I go, you're in the wrong class, love. Right?
Excuse me, sir, how do you say my teacher is an imposter?
This is your Absolute Radio.
We're here with Greg Davies, who I've always said looks like a very gigantic version of Rick Mail. Have you been
Yes.
told that before?
I've only ever been told it after every single one of my gigs.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's good job you don't gig much, otherwise you get sick of the question.
Yeah. Do you think... I think it's weird, though, because I never looked like him as a kid, and then he was a
Well, you wouldn't, you were a child.
he was a big- No, but, you know, I'd still resemble him in some way.
It's not like you can't look like Rick Mail just
But he
because
was
you're
a
a
big
child.
hero of mine during childhood, and then as an adult I've morphed into looking a bit like him.
Yeah. But
Do you
now you're doing so well in comedy, people are saying, doesn't Rick Mail
Doesn't Rick Mail look like a thin Greg Davies? Yeah.
They're not saying thin, they're saying small.
Small.
But they say that you are the tallest man in the world, aren't you?
Someone came up to me and asked me for an autograph recently and went, "Oh, you're cool. I used to love Bottom and stuff."
Are you sure you weren't in...
He's at least 15.
You weren't on Hampstead Heath, were you?
I wonder why he put his fingers into my nostrils. I wonder what that was.
So, yes, we're here with Greg Davies, who's doing his first... he moves... You see the way I moved it on quickly? He's doing his first...
It's still out there, though, isn't it?
Basically, that's the trick to it.
It's always still out there on Hampstead Heath.
You're doing your first solo show at Edinburgh.
Yes.
Give us the details.
Let's get some promo.
Give us
in
some
here.
administration.
I am. It's called Firing Cheese Balls at a Dog. I'm doing the Edinburgh run.
It's
and then
called what?
And then I'm doing Firing Cheese Balls at a Dog.
Why?
Do you know what? As soon as I pressed send, I regretted it.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's an awful title. It's nothing to do with the show. I mention it for 5 seconds and move on.
It's a
So
true story. You did do it.
I did do it, yeah.
You didn't hurt the dog, I hope.
No, cheese balls wouldn't hurt no matter what you fired them from.
That's not true.
I don't know what they are.
You could hurt
cheese
something with a
balls.
They're a
cheese ball.
snack.
What about an ant? What if you fired a cheese ball at an ant?
Yeah, but it's not called firing cheese balls at an ant. It's called firing cheese balls at a dog.
I meant the insect, not a relative.
What do you mean?
If you fired a cheese ball at your auntie, that would cause a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Especially if it was at Christmas dinner and she's going, look, are we going to talk or what? And you just go constantly. How'd you fire a cheese ball anyway?
Out of a catapult?
Of course, I'm an idiot. Sometimes you ask questions, you realise it's obvious, isn't it? How else would you fire a cheese? How would you fire? Yeah, I know you'd fire a cheese ball, Emily. Your children and say, "Stop asking for food. Eat. Open your mouth and see if you can catch any."
You're
of this."
almost right, but my servant would do it.
Of course.
I missed all this, but I'm glad you're taking a hard line on children.
Really? Are you not a children fan? You're a teacher. Were you a hard teacher?
Ah, ruthless.
Were you?
Were you?
Yeah, all sorts of illegal stuff.
Okay, here's the weather. So,
So I'm doing a tour in the autumn, Lee.
You are doing a tour, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of the
I
prisons.
imagine that's going to need to sell a few tickets.
Yes. Where are you touring? Where are you
All
starting?
over the country.
All over? You're going to
Yeah.
Bognor?
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's not... We're going to... Have you plugged a tour before? You don't want to be going Bognor, probably. What you need is definites and dates.
People aren't going to be out there with a pen and paper going, oh, I wonder if he's going to this. Just look it up.
Well,
Yeah.
look it up. You want to get the
The
website.
important
Get the
thing
website
is,
into the interview.
Greg, are you going to be anywhere near the London area?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'll come and see you then.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
Yeah.
Good. We can go out hitting kids afterwards. Can we? Only joking.
Have you got a website?
No.
No.
I've got a Facebook page,
Okay. Well, that's
And,
it's very 2006.
and there's all manner of information about my tour on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so if we just type in Greg Davies firing cheese balls at
At
a dog,
a dog, you'll be
and
fine.
go on YouTube, you'll be able to see that. Yeah.
That's all you need.
Okay.
You're-
Fantastic.
Well, to be honest, yeah, if you'd put all the clips together, you'd probably see about half of it.
Well, should we go and see Greg on tour? I'm up for it.
Yeah.
Gareth, you want to make it a bit of a date of it?
Yes, that'd be
We'll all
good.
get back together again and talk about the old days.
Why not?
Yeah, when England won the World Cup. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Greg, thank you very much for coming in.
Lee, thank you so much for having me.
Good luck at Edinburgh, and
Thanks.
just carry on being what you are, which is slightly too big.
Okay.
Do your big go!
We've just been talking off air about Emily's puppies, haven't we?
Lee,
And
you're making it sound all rude.
all right, you're one puppy.
Okay.
The one on
Lee,
the
that
left.
sounds worse.
The one on the left. I'm a big fan of the one on the left. The one on the right, I'm not having it.
I feel really self-conscious now.
Well, put them away. How about that for an idea?
What are the rules about sexual harassment on Absolute Radio? Where's the rule?
I don't know.
Frank
But I'm
always
sure
has a
Lee's
rule book.
breaking at least 12 of them. So, yeah.
No,
so
not
so we're
that
talking
sort of
about-
it's not
puppy.
actually my puppy. It's my sister's puppy.
Right.
Well, it's actually my niece's, and it's called Giggle. Oh, he's so cute.
Giggle? What kind of name is that for a dog?
Well,
Isn't that a baby hyena?
no, he's a
Hyena? Did I say hyena?
Mimi, my niece, named him. He's a Chug, so he's half pug, half Chihuahua.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, Chug.
What? That would be annoying if you were one of them and you thought you were going to get the name Powower, which is a good name, isn't it? My name, Powower. I go, no, we're going with Chug.
What? Chug.
Powower's got impact. Hi, girls. Powower.
You make it sound worse. Chug.
Chug.
But oh my God, Lee. Giggle turned out to be the best wingman ever because I met so
When you say
many
wingman,
guys.
you mean in a
well, I
Ryan
mean like a
Giggs
pulling
sense?
partner. So when I was going around walking him, guys just come up to you. Hi, can I take a look at your dog? And you go, yeah, why not?
Can I take a look at you? People
Yeah.
honestly come up to you and go, hi, can I take a look at your dog?
What's his name?
Why do you have to ask if you can take a look at a dog when you're looking at the dog? What
He's
if you'd have gone
gorgeous.
no? Would he have closed his eyes and run off?
They go, how old is he?
And what do you
then
say?
you next thing you know, you go, yeah, okay, I'll meet you about 8 o'clock. That's what I always reply.
And then he goes,
works
that's a bit awkward. You don't even have the little bit in the middle. Hi, can I have a look at your dog? I'll meet you at 8 o'clock. I'm not desperate. Do you want to hear about my attitudes towards child rearing? As they run screaming into the forest.
That makes me very popular with men. My attitude towards child rearing.
So you did you meet? Did you pull?
I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment on that, Lee.
No, then.
I did very well.
Did you?
Oh, I also met the woman from Outnumbered.
Hang on, you can't say I
didn't
did
pull
very
her.
well. It's a definite yes or no. Did you pull? Is it yeah? Did you get a date out
I
of it or
pulled on
not?
4 occasions.
4 in one day? Did you? Did you swap numbers?
I did.
You swapped
No,
numbers with a man walking around the park on his own asking if he can have a look at your dog. Do you not think that's possibly dangerous?
Oh yeah, you met your wife where? At a mobile disco, playing Close Encounters.
I didn't meet my wife at Mobile Disco, actually.
You met her in Red Rum Stable when you were a stable boy.
Yeah, I was mucking out and there she was. having
Where
a little
did you
sleep.
meet your wife?
I met my wife at university, actually. That shocked you, didn't it? Oh, you went to uni- Oh, right, it wasn't... I actually went to the same university as Greg, our guest.
Why didn't you talk about
Because
that?
I'd forgotten.
Oh.
I'd forgotten that it was all too late.
What university was it?
Well, it was Brunel University, but to be honest with you, at the time it wasn't...
Brunel.
Yeah.
I think my dad went to Brunel.
What do you mean,
I
your
think.
dad? Why
You
make it sound
think
like an
your
old-
dad went there?
And if I'm going to be
Teaching
honest, when
college.
I went, it wasn't called
Brunel
Brunel.
Teaching
It was
College.
called the West London Institute of Higher Education, which I know sounds
That
a
is
little
not
bit like
proper.
somebody who's not got the correct academic qualifications.
I've always thought you should be institutionalised.
Oh, thank you very much.
This is Absolute Radio. That's right, just put it up there.
The Jam going underground. You won't be going underground again, Emily. Someone was sick on your feet, weren't they? You didn't like that, did you? Meeting the people, the real people.
I didn't mind
Yeah.
the people, just not the sick people.
Oh, you don't like the sick people. And yet, weirdly, you're happy to walk around the park meeting strange men sounding like your dog. That's what I'd call the sick people. Well, this is it. This is my last conversation with you. I've been on for 2 weeks filling in.
Why
for
was that
Frank.
your last conversation with us, or your blankers in the street?
No, I literally meant this is the last conversation with you. This will be it.
It's going to be awkwardly silent as we walk out.
It's when we meet, we can only really converse. Every time we play the record, there's an awkwardness. We know that. So when we come back, we're up again, aren't we?
Will
so when I see you in the street, unless you're saying, "Hey, how's the weather?" and I can go, "Weather's looking fine." Traffic, then it's going to be awkward.
That'll be it. Will it be like your relationship with your cat, which you told me about during the last thing?
I'm a bit more distant from my cat than I used to be, but if you have children, you realise you start moving away from the animals a little bit.
Oh.
You only have so much love to give.
Yeah, I can't, I can stroke it now, I can give it a bit of whiskers, or any of the major cat food brands. But then I find I just don't, their bond has gone.
I understand.
He's looking at me, he knows that there's...
You don't care.
It's not that I don't care.
If anyone wants a cat,
yeah,
then,
or a 5-year-old child.
Lee, we've really enjoyed having you on. You've been one of my favourite of all the clients I've had.
Oh.
And we've got another client next week, Al Murray.
Al Murray will be joining you next week, yes. Yeah. And he won't put up with any of your nonsense. He's got a more brigadier quality than me. He'll come down hard on you, on your ass. He's got kids. He won't like your attitude, Emily.
He'll do as he's told.
You're much more of an earth father, aren't you, Gareth?
Yes.
You're taking your children swimming at the moment, aren't you? Not
yeah,
now, obviously. That would be neglectful. Yes, they're in the swimming pool. I'm here. I've got to pop back in a minute.
Yeah, on their own.
Yes, you took yours swimming this week.
He didn't like it very much at first. I timed it wrong. He needed a nap, really, and I just got everything ready, and then so when we got in the pool, he just cried and cried.
Your timing's well out because in the middle of the night he's running up and down your bed going, "Where's the diving board?"
Yes.
Isn't it? That's the problem.
Around our duvet.
Yeah, that's the headboard. No, I want the diving board. Yeah, but that's and you told me something I've never heard of before. Family changing rooms.
There are family changing rooms. So there's man changing rooms, women changing rooms, and family changing rooms.
But does that mean the men and the women are in the same changing room getting
Well,
their
there's
clothes
cubicles. There's cubicles.
I like instead of male and female, you say man changing room, woman changing room.
Are you Cat Weasel? I look for man changing room.
Woman changing room.
I don't know what that is.
Cat Weasel.
Oh, Cat Weasel was great.
Oh, it was great. It was
something.
It was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, it was like a wizard with bad hair.
Russell Brand.
Yes, he's a bit like Cat Weasel.
And we were in the area. There's cubicles, and then there's an area for and a woman took her costume off,
naked,
and revealed herself,
completely topless.
Everything.
Completely topless.
Where is
not
this
everything, but topless.
Oh.
But isn't that...
Was this in the woman changing room or in the man changing room?
The family changing
Spit
room.
it
I
right
told
changing
you the
room.
family changing
Oh,
room.
okay.
No, it wasn't.
So you go in the family changing room and people get undressed in front of each other.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
No, well, no, they don't. I don't think they should.
But what's
I
the
don't think she was supposed to be doing that. Basically, is what I'm saying. I think sometimes a mum gets past caring.
Why don't you take
I
your
thought you were going to
children...
say gets past it.
Surely you take your children into the dad's changing room, or the mum takes the children into the mum's
I
changing
couldn't
room.
even see that she had any kids. I think it was just a streaker.
Can I ask you a question? Was this wasn't Emily, was it?
Well, I didn't see her face, so
Was this woman shouting out in a slightly manic voice, "I don't like kids, does anybody want to see my puppy?"
I was sick on her feet.
Well, after she took the top
Yeah.
off? Oh, come on, let's keep it light.
Keep it light.
Well,
you
it's been
filthy
lovely.
pervert.
But yes,
It's
well,
been
what a
fun.
way to finish off with an image of you taking your clothes off in the swimming pool while someone vomits on your feet.
I'll leave you with that.
Yes, we can only finish off by saying, what chance England tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
Germany.
What's the event? Yes, they're
Playing
playing Germany, yes.
Yeah.
You think we've got
Germany.
any chance?
Have they ever played them before?
I think, Gareth, you should stop talking. Really. But can you predict any sort of scoreline? Do you think, Gareth, would you have any clue as to what? Get it in the ballpark figure.
Would you say? Do you think Milner in place of Lennon again? That worked very well, didn't it?
7-2.
Yeah.
7-2.
No, that's his formation. 7 at the back, 2 at front, 1 sent off. He's got it all worked out. That's a rather defensive attitude, but I like what you're saying. Emily, have you got any thoughts of the score?
I'm going to say we're going to win. I think it'll be a bit more. I think 3-2 to us.
3-2. Well, that's optimistic, I would say. I've got a horrible feeling it's going to penalties.
Oh no! Don't
Did you
say
see
that.
David James talking about penalties? Wasn't that brilliant in the interview yesterday? He said it's all about the preparation. It's all about the preparation. It's all about knowing what you're talking about. It's all about the preparation. Yeah, it's a bit like when we played Slovakia. I mean Slovenia. That's not what you want to hear from the goalkeeper, is it? He talked about knowing about the other players and didn't remember who we played in the last game. But we'll be fine. I've got a feeling we're going to win this on penalties.
I hope so.
Is that too much to ask for? Just once? Could we do that? Let's hope. Emily, Gareth, thank you so much. It's been more than a pleasure. If Frank is ironically eaten by 3 lions in South Africa, you just give me a call. And I'll bring my kids along. You can do the creche bit, Emily. And
You're definitely on the list.
Me and Gareth are going to go to the family changing rooms because I'm liking the sound of that.
Absolute Radio. This is Absolute Radio, and it's a station. All aboard for the next train.